Imagine if an entire state was a giant interactive museum. Today, we're opening the doors to a place where every field, river, and town has a story to tell. Welcome to Iowa. Iowa is completely hugged by two giant waterways. The Mississippi River runs down the eastern edge, and the Missouri River shapes the western border. Trace your finger to the middle of the North American continent, and there it is. Sitting in the center, caught between two massive flowing waters, makes this land a perfect crossroads. It is a natural gathering place for wildlife, people, and history. Thousands of years before anyone drew state lines on a map, Indigenous peoples were already here. They farmed the deep soil, hunted in the prairies, and built thriving communities along those rivers. And that presence continues today. The Meskwaki Nation is a living, active community here in Iowa, and many other Native nations still hold this land as their historical home. Later on, pioneers and settlers from across the ocean arrived. They built farmhouses, laid down railroad tracks, and created new towns alongside those ancient roots. The history of Iowa is a continuous, living timeline of many different people caring for the exact same stretch of earth. Travel across Iowa, and the landscape changes constantly, rising into steep hills and deep valleys. Look at the Driftless Area in the northeast. You'll find deep, winding valleys, dense forests, and steep bluffs rising high over the water. On the western side is a different landscape, called the Loess Hills. These rare, rolling landforms were shaped thousands of years ago by ancient winds. Because the state sits squarely in the middle of the continent, the skies above change fast. A calm, sunny morning can turn into a booming thunderstorm by the afternoon. Between the ancient winds, the carving rivers, and the wild weather, this land has been sculpted into a highly active, constantly changing environment. Just like the landscape changes, everyday life here depends on where you look. Some kids grow up feeding animals on family farms, while others ride bikes through busy suburbs or walk to school in city neighborhoods. People move to Iowa from all over the world. In a single town, you might hear Spanish, Bosnian, or Vietnamese spoken at the grocery store and share traditions from many different cultures. To keep everything connected, leaders from all these towns meet in the center of the state in a city called Des Moines. This is the capital, where decisions about things like schools, parks, and roads are made. You can always spot the state government headquarters from a distance. It is anchored by a massive, shining golden dome on top of the building. Whether someone lives in a high-rise apartment or a house on a quiet dirt road, the rules made under that golden dome affect every Iowan equally. Let's look at some of the official nature symbols Iowans chose to represent their home. There is the bright yellow eastern goldfinch, the delicate wild prairie rose, and a special rock called a geode that cracks open to reveal sparkling crystals inside. Underneath the prairie grass lies thick, dark soil. It is packed with so many nutrients that it helps Iowa grow more corn and raise more hogs than almost any other state. Look closely at this farm, and you'll see something huge standing alongside the crop fields. Those tall white towers are wind turbines. As the strong prairie winds push their giant blades, they spin a machine inside that creates clean electricity. Farmers here harvest the dark soil below for food and use the open skies above to catch the wind, providing both power and meals for the rest of the country. Every summer, people from all 99 counties pack their bags and head to the state fair. It is a massive, joyful gathering to celebrate all that hard work. The exhibits here are gigantic. You can walk past towering green farm tractors and visit barns holding thousands of sheep, pigs, and cattle. And inside this cold glass room is one of the most uniquely Iowan sights of all. That is a life-sized cow, sculpted completely out of solid butter. It is a strange and wonderful tradition, and it is how communities who work hard all year long choose to celebrate their shared history. Now, imagine yourself joining in. You could learn to carefully press wild rosins between the pages of a heavy book, or sit down to enjoy a fresh ear of sweet corn. Or you could step onto a blue mat. Look at this wrestling match. Iowans love active sports, and many communities share a deep dedication to the strength and focus required for high school and college wrestling. Try a little balance yourself right now. Stand up, lift one foot off the floor, and stretch your arms out wide like the wings of a goldfinch gliding over the fields. See how long you can hold it. While you balance, think about the words on the Iowa state flag. Our liberties we prize, and our rights we will maintain. That is a fancy way of saying that Iowans value being free, and they promise to look out for each other's rights. Iowa is a vibrant, living community that relies on the next generation of kids to step up, explore, and care for its land and its people.